Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my acne journey, what happened, how I got my acne, how I managed it, all the treatments that I went through, and how I'm dealing with it today. It's been a long journey for me. I got acne about 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, and I was officially diagnosed with acne vulgaris. Here is my picture when I was having the worst time of my life with my acne. And here is me right now. My acne was painful, and it wasn't just impacting my self-esteem, my self-image, my confidence. It was just making me really insecure, but it was also really just itchy and painful. I sleep on my face and my front a lot, so whenever I went to bed, I would wake up and my pillow would be just like blood spots here and there because my acne had burst throughout the whole night because of the friction between my skin and the pillowcase. Also, my acne, every time I washed my face, every time I put water on it, it was just really, really, really uncomfortable for me. And the way my whole journey, the way my acne started and got worse was I used to get like here and there spots on my face, like one or two spots. Um, it wasn't anything too horrendous, but it was still something that was just bothersome because I was like, why am I at my age in my 20s getting this adult acne spots? And I looked into what I can do to combat that and never go on Amazon and say acne treatments because it's always going to give you something very dodgy. And I got this physical scrub on Amazon, which was like almond, like pieces of crushed almond, like thinly, very finely crushed pieces of almond with some oil and some other ingredients. It was all natural skincare, and I was like, okay, that'll be gentle for my skin. And so I started using that on a daily basis. Now, what I've learned so far in my skincare journey is you're never supposed to use exfoliants on a daily basis. You're always supposed to start off gentle, and exfoliants that actually work. There are ingredients that specifically target acne. Um, and my scrub, the physical scrub that I had, did not have any of those ingredients. Um, but the more I was doing it on a daily basis, I was scrubbing it off. I would come out of the shower and my skin would feel tight and it would just feel like that squeaky clean. But that's not how skin is supposed to feel like. You're supposed to have a skin barrier, and your skin barrier is supposed to feel a little bit like just comfortable. And my skin would feel tight, dry. I'd be like, oh my god, yes. And then um, next day I would wake up, I would have 2 spots or 3 spots, and then I'd be like, oh my god, I need to use this scrub even more now. And then that scrub wasn't helping, so I was following a lot of YouTubers, like beauty YouTubers, and at the time a lot of them were talking about Dermalogica products, and I was like, okay, great, let me try some. So from Dermalogica I got this cleansing gel and daily microfoliant, which is again a physical exfoliant. And the cleansing gel is top tier. I would always recommend that product for people. It's a really good cleanser. It really makes you feel your clean. It really makes your skin clean without like stripping anything off. But the daily microfoliant, I really think they should change the name. No exfoliant should be used on a daily basis, especially if you're beginning your journey in exfoliants. And because that exfoliant said daily microfoliant, and is gentle enough to use daily, I was like, okay, great. Now, at the time, my skin barrier was completely wrecked, and that's why I was getting even more acne spots. And what I was doing, what was further making my acne worse, was I was using that other physical scrub that had almond crushed in it and daily microfoliant on a daily basis. That completely ruined my skin barrier, and it completely destroyed anything that I had on my skin. It was just making the bacteria that is associated with acne vulgaris deeper into my skin. It was making it go deeper, and my acne was getting worse and worse. And because my acne was getting worse and worse, I was using that daily microfoliant and that other scrub even more, like 2 times a day, and that was just and temporarily relief. It would give me like squeaky clean feeling, that tight feeling. I'd be like, okay, yes, these spots have come off. But then I would wake up and I would have even more spots. Um, and then eventually it became so painful. None of those 2 scrubs were helping, and I had to go to my general physician and I had to be like, okay, I have acne. What do I do? And then he prescribed to me Duet Gel, which was again helping very temporarily, but nothing long term. And then my acne got worse and worse, and it was just really getting me down. I wasn't happy with the way I looked, I felt, and just my face was in pain. Um, and so I talked to my GP, who prescribed antibiotics, because that is one form of treatment that can work for people. And at the time, I got 3 months worth of prescription, 3 month dose treatment plan, and I was on it, and lo and behold, worked perfectly, completely gone, like 100% of my acne gone. I was so bloody happy. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that finally there is some treatment. Um, the antibiotics did have side effects to it, but within 2 to 3 weeks of using antibiotics, I got used to the side effects. Like I didn't feel them anymore. But 3 months went by, treatment gone, and my acne came back with a vengeance. Like, it was bad. It was within the week of coming off antibiotics, my acne came back. I had it all over my nose, I had it all over my cheeks, my jawline, my forehead, and it was painful, like really, really cystic acne, bad. Um, and then I went back to my GP again, and he was like, "Okay, we're gonna prescribe you a second treatment of antibiotics, which was again 3 months long." And I was like, "Okay, great." And when I went on it, and within the 2 weeks of being on antibiotics again, acne completely gone. I was like, "Oh, for God's sakes! Hopefully, this is the last time I'm gonna have to do anything about it." Um, and lo and behold, my acne went away, and then acne came back with a vengeance. Like, it brought in friends. And I was like, oh my god. And the thing is, you can't be on antibiotics for too long. You are not supposed to be on antibiotics for too long. Getting a dermatology appointment is really, really hard, and it's not easy. It can be really difficult. And my doctor planned a third treatment plan of antibiotics for me, while he put me on an emergency appointment with a dermatologist, because obviously my acne wasn't going away. It was really painful, but I also needed something that was going to quickly and immediately fix the acne that was on my face, because it was really, really painful. I couldn't wash my face. I couldn't sleep properly. My face was really, really itchy, and just that burning sensation. And then I saw my dermatologist, and the first thing the dermatologist was like, "Okay, you've tried duet gel, you've tried other gels, you've tried antibiotics. Now the last thing we have is Accutane." Um, and I had read up a lot on Accutane. I knew that it was like this amazing drug that was gonna cure acne, but at the same time, I was just a bit uncomfortable about the side effects, because the online blog posts that I read about people on Accutane have been a bit like scary, in terms of like, oh, you can develop depression, you can feel really low, you have really bad mood swings, you have really horrendous headaches, etc, etc, etc. So the side effects really, really scared me, like really petrified me. But I also needed a treatment for my acne. I wanted it gone at like any cost. I was like, okay, fine, put me on Accutane. But it's again very not easy to go on Accutane. You have to basically go through blood tests, and also sign a waiver saying that you're not going to have sex and impregnate anyone or get pregnant, etc, etc. Because Accutane can cause birth defects if you're pregnant and having a baby. Um, and then other things associated with it. I did the blood test, everything was fine, and the doctor prescribed me. I think it was a 1 month. I was on a very high dose, by the way. Like, usually people go on a long term plan, like the 12-month plan, start off with 10 mg and then bring it up like a couple of months later. I was started off at 40 mg, remembering correctly. 40 mg, which was basically 2 tablets every single day, for a month. And then I had to go back and then do another blood test to see if like the dosage and everything changed, like my something in my liver or something, like if it was damaging or not. Again, sounds really very scary, and it was. I was, yeah, on 40 mg. The side effects were horrendous, and I'm not gonna downplay them. I was really like feeling just lethargic and tired all the time. My body ached, like the joints ached. I had a headache. My vision got a bit blurry at night time. dryness all over, like just not only on my face that I was really really dry, but around all of my like my armpit areas, my thighs were really dry, and my lips have never recovered from it. My lips are still extremely dry. Every single day I have to put on like a lot of like lip care products to make sure that they stay hydrated, and that only lasts for a couple of hours, so my lips are going to be forever dry. My eyes got dry, but it cured my, well, not cured my acne, but it got rid of my acne vulgaris beautifully. So for the first 4 months I was on 40 mg. I went back, did my blood test, everything was fine. They asked me like, are the side effects bad? The side effects lasted for me for about like 10 days. And then after that I got used to the medicine, so I didn't feel any of the side effects. I did feel like joint pains, but outside of that, I didn't feel anything else. Like my mood came back up. Like there was nothing wrong with my mood swings. I was very happy, especially the fact that had absolutely no acne on my face. I was really really happy, and hopefully, if I have pictures, I'm going to be showing them on the screen right now, from that time period. Yeah, I absolutely loved um what it did for my skin. My skin was really really oily because my skin barrier was completely damaged. um and like obviously with acne I just ruined it, and my skin was just like I could fry an egg on my face, to now where it's gone to normal to dry skin. And it was a really challenging experience in terms of side effects, but then the benefits were for me exactly what I wanted. And then I was, yeah, as I was saying earlier, I was on 40 mg for 4 months, and then the last 2 months I was on 60 mg. The dosage that they do, it depends on your height and weight, I believe. So once they know your height and weight, they can prescribe you the correct dosage, and then also the treatment plan. Some people have gone on Accutane for a year. I believe some people have gone on Accutane for longer than a year. I don't know. If you have, comment down below and share your experience. I would love to know. And then after I came off Accutane, bloody COVID hit. So that was last year. And I didn't really have a follow up appointment with my dermatologist, but you are supposed to have a follow up appointment with your dermatologist, because they want to see like if your acne is completely gone, if they need to do any other treatments. Sometimes people do go on Accutane again if like the first time it didn't work and your acne, pardon me, if your acne came back. So I have a friend who had two treatments of Accutane, like they've gone on two plans of Accutane. I only did it for once. I only did it once, 6 months treatment plan. Would I recommend it to people? I really don't know. I would, but I also know that there's so many other things you can try first. Like I have so many esthetician friends now, or people that I follow who are estheticians that can give you like beautiful, beautiful advice, and they can give you some peels or do some other treatment plans that actually can target your Accutane can target your acne without you having to go on Accutane. And then people have like come off having the most wonderful skin, and they've never had to go on Accutane before. But it can be a bit costly compared to being on Accutane. Obviously, I'm in the UK. Our National Health Service isn't expensive, so the only thing I had to pay for was prescription, which was £9. And sometimes I got my prescription like for 2 months or 3 months, so I didn't even have to pay like I had to pay £9 and then I had 2 months or 3 months worth of medicine. Whereas I know in US or in other countries where healthcare isn't accessible, that you might have to pay a lot more. Again, my blood tests were free as well. The appointment with a dermatologist was free. Whereas I know that in other places you have to pay. So I can't justify. I can't say yeah, go on Accutane. It's gonna change your life. Because I also have to be conscious of the fact that not everyone has the ability and access to dermatologists and medicine and etc. But yeah, for me, Accutane really changed my skin in the most beautiful way that I really wanted it to. Do I get acne afterwards? Yes. One thing you have to remember, and I wish people talked about it more, is acne isn't curable, it's manageable. So if you have acne due to your genetics, your family history, not food, but genetics, family history, etc., etc., you can manage it, but it's not curable, because I still get spots here and there. I still get like small tiny acne spots, whether it's whiteheads, pustules, or cystic acne. um but it's nowhere, like I would say 1% compared to what it was before, or less than 1%, and I can still manage it. I can just use an isotretinoin, apologies if I'm saying it wrong, um gel, and just spot treat it that way. There's other things like salicylic acid, etc., that can really help with your acne as well. But again, see a professional, see an esthetician if you can. Get a consultation. There's some estheticians that I'm going to be linking down below in my description box. You can book an appointment with them, whether that's in person or virtual appointment, and they can really help you with your skincare problems, whatever they may be. um and I follow a lot of them, and their advice has helped me in so many ways, because obviously post acne Accutane treatment, you have to look after your skin and manage it. You have to manage the dryness, you have to manage the fact that you can't be doing anything harsh to your skin. um so yeah, I would say definitely there are ways to manage and treat your acne without having to go on Accutane. I had to go on Accutane, um and it really changed my life for the best. I hope whatever I've shared with you helps you in some way or another. I'm going to be doing a lot of skincare reviews in the future that I use for my sensitive skin, my sensitive, dry, acne prone skin, that really help with my acne and my sensitivity and my dryness. Um, and then, of course, if you have any more questions, comment down below, and I'll be happy to help you out, answer them, or ask some of my esthetician friends and people I follow, and see if they can answer some of your questions. And yeah, follow me on Instagram, follow me on my Twitter. We do a lot of like skincare Q&As over there. A lot of my estheticians friends do skincare Q&As. So you can ask them as well. And then obviously all the links for a lot of the estheticians are in my description box, and you can follow them on their social medias, and you can also book a consultation with them, and they can really transform your skin for the better. You don't have to go for it alone. There's many ways to treat stuff, and it's really important to take care of your skin. I have to wear SPF because my skin is now very sensitive after going on an Accutane, and then obviously I use exfoliants to help with my hyperpigmentation, as well as like scarring or like just acne spots that get here and there. And for when I use exfoliants for that, I definitely have to wear skincare, because your skin becomes really sun sensitive, and it can really make the hyperpigmentation worse. But yeah, that was my story. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate any and all support that you guys give me. And yeah, that's it. Please click the subscribe button, like the video if you want to. Please do comment below and let me know what you guys think, and share your experiences and thoughts. Um, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.